Here we go again. More Street Fighter knockoffs? Why not? But is this one any good? Let's find out. Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video we're gonna take a look at a knockoff of Storm Collectibles Street Fighter 2 Ultra GUILE. And a big shout out to the guys from DC Marvel Toy Store for making this review possible. If you want to get this copy, you can do so over my link in the video description. It is sold by the same official store for AC Factory releases, so it's a trusted seller. I already reviewed Ryu and Ken, so if you haven't, you can check those videos out. Links are also in the description. As always, we're gonna start with the packaging. It's the same design as Ryu's and Ken's box. In front we have a plastic window showing the figure and some of the accessories, and then a close-up illustration of GUILE. Here it only says GUILE, but there are no other logos. Side of the box shows a full body illustration of the character. Back of the box shows a lot of promo shots of the figure in fighting poses, using included accessories plus all included versions of heads. Other side shows the same illustration that we already saw. Well, would you look at that? On the top we actually have a Capcom logo. That's interesting. They must have forgotten to take it off. There's nothing special on the bottom, so now let's open it up and let's take a look at the figure. Here is GUILE out of the box and he looks pretty good. This time we are looking at something a little bit different and not just the same body sculpt as with Ryu and Ken. But same as with those two, the plastic here feels good. These figures actually have some weight to them. Overall, this is a really nice looking copy and for the most part, there are no major issues with the joints. I do have to point out that the crotch area looks kind of strange because his left leg likes to kind of shift off to the side, as you can see, but that can be hidden with a little bit of messing around with the figure and adjusting it back into position. And also on my copy his left ankle was frozen, but I fixed it by applying a little bit of heat using a hairdryer. GUILE is around 19 centimeters tall and he looks good even in a simple standing pose like this. Taking a closer look at the details, here is how the head looks, and I would say that out of the three Storm Street Fighter KOs, this is the best head, at least in my opinion. The eyes look fine, but this time they even painted the mouth line, and that instantly makes the face look much better. The sculpt is great and I especially love the hair on this guy. This is so classic for him and it also has a nice texture, not just on these lines here, but on the top as well. Look at this, it looks like a sponge. Around the neck they gave him a real chain with plastic soldier plates. As always with these figures, chest piece is an overlay made out of a softer plastic. He has his green sleeveless shirt that is painted on. Arms are nicely sculpted with all of these muscles, and then he has an American flag on both shoulders. Here is a closer look at his brown belt, and the paint job here is kind of sloppy. And then he has his soldier pants with that usual army decor. There are sculpted pockets on both sides and here on his butt. And finally his boots with painted shoelaces, but they missed with the paint on few spots, like for example here. Let's now take a look at his articulation. As always with these Storm Collectible figures, the neck and the chest are all one rubbery piece, so the neck does flex a little bit. He can look side to side. He does get a little bit of side to side tilt. This is how far he can look down and up. He has nice butterfly joints, and these are slightly better than what we saw with Ken and Ryu. This is how far the arms move across the chest, and then here is how far they move across his back. Arms rotate 360. This is how far they move out. We have a bicep swivel, elbows bend this far, then we have a swivel in the wrist and a hinge in all directions. There are two cuts in the torso, and this is where you get your side-to-side rotation, a nice side-to-side tilt. Here's how far he can bend forward, and then you get this huge gap here, look at this. And here's how far he bends back, so he has the best torso movement out of the three figures that we looked at so far. Here's how far the legs move out, forwards and back. He has a thigh swivel, knees that bend this much. He also has a boot swivel and a little bit of swivel in the ankles. Feet move forward only slightly, almost no forward movement at all. Back, they bend much better. We have a toe joint and a decent ankle pivot. Let's now take a look at his accessories. He comes with a translucent translucent base for his effects. And speaking about effects, you get this huge one and the smaller effect. And both of these have peg holes so that you can pose them on that stand that I just showed you. We also get 2 of these effects, and these are for his hands. And we also get a total of 4 pairs of hands. A pair of fisted hands are already on the figure. We get a pair of open hands, a pair of trigger finger hands, and a pair of saluting hands. He also comes with 3 alternate heads. This one, the angry one with grinning teeth, and then we get the yelling head, and the third one is, of course, his beaten up head. And this is the theme that goes across this whole line of figures, and all 3 of these look fantastic. This is probably the best looking copy out of the 3 Street Fighter KOs that are reviewed so far. Switching out the hands is no issue at all, and here is how the wrist joint looks, and here is how his saluting chopping hand look on the figure. Switching out the heads is also no issue at all. Here is how the neck joint looks, and here is how he looks with his yelling head. Let's now compare this guy to some other figures. And of course we're gonna start with the 2 previous Street Fighter KOs that I reviewed. Here is how he looks next to Ryu and Ken, and as you can see, he is definitely taller and bigger than both of these guys. Here is how he scales with Marvel Legends Maximum Series Spider-Man and X-Men 97 Wolverine, Mayfax Classic Suit Spidey and Daredevil, SH Figuarts Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man and Sentinel Peter B. Parker, Star Wars The Black Series Vader and Stormtrooper, Mass Toys Symbiote Spidey and AC Factory Ultron, City Toys Brown Suit Wolverine and The Amazing Spider-Man, City Toys knockoff of Revoltech Agent Venom and Max knockoff of 2.0 Deadpool, Fonjoy Superman and Flaff Toys Daredevil, LPZZ Arkham Batman and Roman Key Big Guy Base Body, Magma Forge Master Grey Knight and a knockoff of Storm Collectibles Karas, NECA TMNT Movie Raphael and Masters of the Universe Revelation He-Man, NECA Feral Predator and Savage Crucible Veteris Repax, and finally YOLO Park Transformers AMK Pro Series Optimus and Starscream. So there you go, that was my look at the knockoff of Storm Collectibles Street Fighter 2 Ultra Guile. I really like how this figure turned out. It's a great looking knockoff with minimal issues. Storm Collectibles KOs are pretty good now when I think about it. Other than Ryu and Ken, I also reviewed their Karas, Baki and Yuhiro, and all of them are really good. And Guile here just continues that trend. I do recommend this figure, especially if you missed out on the original and if you are a Street Fighter 2 fan. Once again, a big thank you to the guys from DC Marvel Toy Store for making this review possible. And if you want to get this figure, link is down in the video description, so check it out. You've heard my thoughts and now I would love to hear yours. What do you guys think about this figure? Do you like how it looks? Do you plan to get it? Let me know all of it down in the comments. As always, a huge thank you to my Patreon and channel members for their support. If you can also join and help, please do so. Links are in the video description. And of course, to all of you guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here with me, and I'll see ya in the next video.